What's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI Auto Business. My name is Jay. You know, my goal every Tuesday night is to bring you another trade show level business presentation to you wherever you are, because your automotive business deserves the latest in transportation and logistics news. And if you're busy, and I know you are, in a minute, I'm going to give the welcome show lineup. If you're watching on demand, you're going to know what to expect. You're going to be able to use the clickable video time code links in the video description below. Please do use those. Feel free to skip ahead, share, like, tell your friends. Thanks for watching ATI. We sure do appreciate it. NIADA Accelerate 2023, June 19th through the 22nd in Las Vegas. That's where car dealers network with vendors, service providers, and new automotive technologies. Grow your business. Get registered at niada.com/convention. Links are in the live chat. And if you don't know why you should attend, tonight we have Jeff Martin, CEO of NIADA, Kendra Brown, Director of Operations at Dream Team Media, Candice Price, owner of Home Team Auto Sales, and Gus Camacho, President of Camacho Auto Sales, Inc. Plus, Ty Thompson is in the building, so please do join the live chat. Ask your questions, share your thoughts, grow your business, break out of your vertical, because it's Tuesday nights live on ATI Auto Business. My name is Jay. I'm your host. Welcome back to the show. What's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI Auto Business. Thank you so much for taking the time and joining us tonight for the NIADA Accelerate 2023 show. We're excited. I mean, we're a month away. There's a lot to talk about. It is a big conference, and if I put it in the live chat, if you only attend one trade show this year, make it NIADA Accelerate 2023. We're going to explain why that is. I want you to feel welcome, by the way. Please do feel welcome. This is ATI, dealers, carriers, brokers, dispatchers, insurance agents, equipment, automakers, auctions. Everybody's welcome here at ATI. If you've got an announcement or something you want to share, please do put it in the live chat and share it with us. We've got industry news coming up, and if you want to send in the news, you can always do that. Please do feel free. Send in the news. Send it to autotransportintel@gmail.com. I've got a segment already prepared, so that's, you don't have to do anything. Ty is going to join us after industry news and help me set up how we got here. It's been about a year in the making, well, or more, but we've been on the NIADA circuit, and we're on fire about it. And if that's not enough, we're going to bring in Jeff Martin. He's the CEO of NIADA. He's going to join us and help bring momentum and reasons. Attendees, sponsors, exhibitors, service providers, educational sessions. There's so much to the 4 days at NIADA. Kendra Brown is going to join us. She's with Dream Team Media. First time on ATI. She's involved in media within different trade organizations, and I know she's going to bring something special to the show tonight. You know, I love media, so this will be This is going to be good. And then we're going to round it out. We're going to add Candice Price of Home Team Auto Sales and Gus Camacho Auto Sales. And I think they're able to speak to what it's like to be at the show in the midst of it all, networking, learning, meeting new service providers, learning more in the educational sessions, because there's no way I alone can sum it all up. In fact, that's why Friday we had Jason March and Jack Carter on the show. They're with NIADA. We got another NIADA Cars on the Move coming up. We're going to be talking about NIADA because there is so much to talk about and so many reasons why we think you should consider going to the show. Please do help us. Give a like. If you haven't already hit the like button, please do that. You can share this. Click copy, click share. You can share it now. You can share it later. And that's an option you have. We're on social media as well. And if you just aren't sure what we're doing here, what we're talking about, you need that final opinion. Ty, should I really go to the show? Feel free to call him or text him 417-483-2764. Or, it's like, Ty, I want to go, but I don't know if I'm ready. Well, that's why we're talking about it now. We're a month away. We want to help you get ready. Even Kevin Parada. Kevin Parada is a carrier with a growing business, and he put in the LinkedIn social media post for tonight's show. He's going there to work on growing his business. That's what we want for everybody. They're really everybody. Carriers, dealers. I'll bet if you're a dispatcher and you can get to this show, I'll bet it helps your business. I don't know exactly how. I don't know what'll happen. That's actually what our guests are here for. So, all right, cool. So I am going to do this. I'm going to go into the live chat right after this. I hope you stick around. We'll be right back.
Recon in 2023. Time to line. Speed to sale. Managed by metrics. Know what you don't know. Technician efficiency. Workflow efficiency. More cars, less time. Know where your cars are. Connect to what you expect. Rapid Recon can help.
Ship.Cars, intelligent car shipping made simple. Auctions and dealerships get ready to modernize drive-away dispatching. As part of the auction experience, Ship.Cars now offers drive-away to help shippers dispatch small loads with ease. Moving single vehicle loads typically requires a lot of time, paperwork, and phone calls. With drive-away, shippers create loads in LoadMate Pro and dispatch directly to drivers, who are notified automatically, eliminating manual calls and paper dispatch. Once the load is in transit, shippers receive progress updates until delivery. Ship, dispatch, track, and deliver single vehicle loads for auctions and dealerships. LoadMate Pro, shipper platform. Visit Ship.Cars. Auctions and dealers modernize drive-away dispatching with intelligent car shipping tech. Ship, dispatch, track, and deliver with LoadMate Pro shipper platform. Visit Ship.Cars. Thank you so much for taking the time. We sure do appreciate it. All right, let's do this. Let's go into the live chat, see what's going on. All right. It's a short live chat. This will be a quick segment. It'll save us time during the show. Ty is here. Love the dealer. What's up, Ty? Love the dealer. Here we go. I know how to drag this out. Ty has said love the dealer. I don't even know how long. I'll tell you, when I hear love the dealer, I think of, years back, Ty was telling me you got to love the dealer. And I'm like, well, don't you mean load board? And he's like, no, that's exactly the problem. Is that if you don't realize who your customer is, who you're hauling cars for, right? Who's got the most cars to move? Who moves the most cars? Okay, now wait a minute. Okay, hold on. You could say, cut the music, you could say fleet management companies and consigners. Now, you could say that, which is still not love the load board. But the thing is, the dealer... Ty, how many dealers do we have in the United States? Is it 20,000? That's just dealerships. Or is it 50,000? I don't know, actually. Can somebody get me that stat? I'm just going to keep going. Let's see. Oh, I did put in there. There's the link. If you're interested in registering for NIADA, or at least considering it, you can use that link. It is for non-members. I believe it's still $6.95 to register. Ooh, wait a minute. You want to take some notes? We got a quiz show coming up. I just gave you one of the answers. Look for other answers in industry news. We got a quiz coming up. All right, cool. Carlos is here. What's going on, Carlos? ACB Logistics is in the house. How are you doing, Carlos? And what's happening? Chris, what's up? Chris Chamberlain, how we doing? We're doing pretty good. I got your emails. They're in industry news, so hopefully I can share that stuff. So if not, let me know, and I think we're good. I think we're good. Because if you send, if you send me stuff, and it's, it's that kind of interesting information, I'm gonna try to share it. Do I have Sugar Ray tonight? That's a good question. Silver Mint's doing his homework. So Sugar Ray, all I'll say is Sugar Ray will be at NIADA, but I do not have Sugar Ray on the show tonight. Which would be great, but you have to go to the show, and that's how you can get closer to the Sugar Ray content. So Sugar Ray is gonna give the and somebody put it into, okay, here we go. You have to, there it is. Kendra said it. Thanks, Kendra. You gotta go to the show to see Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray is giving a keynote, I believe. And that's the thing too. Luckily we have Jeff and Kendra and Candice and Gus to tell us more about what to expect at NIADA. I haven't even been to that show yet, and so I'm excited. I'm going to be there. Ty's going to be there. We know a lot of people that are going. And so, yeah, this is an amazing opportunity. So stick around, learn more about NIADA Accelerate 2023. We're excited about this show, as you can see. So after this, we're going to go into industry news, so stick around. We'll be right back.
Auto Hauler Exchange is a new B2B marketplace, the first of its kind in the vehicle logistics industry. Auto Hauler Exchange automates the complex workflows of the vehicle logistics ecosystem by connecting large and small vehicle haulers directly with vehicle shippers. By eliminating the middleman typically required in vehicle logistics, AHX streamlines the shipping process, cuts shipping delays, and reduces empty space on carriers and unnecessary miles while increasing revenue. Working directly with the shipper, carriers can pick and choose which opportunities fit their routing on a day-by-day basis to maximize their capacity and eliminate empty miles, while allowing them to plan their backhauls in advance. The exchange gives control back to carriers. By using technology, AHX creates a frictionless, efficient environment for vehicle transportation. Get off the vehicle hauler roller coaster today with Auto Hauler Exchange.
Transport Auto Quoter is by far the leading auto quoting software on the market, and the only auto quoter with a pro version that comes preset with accurate pricing for anywhere in the U.S. So you don't have to worry about it. The best part is that no change with your current software is needed. Just plug TAQ in and start booking jobs. Carriers can easily plug TAQ into their current websites and start making money right away. I bet you're wondering how we do this instantly and accurately 24/7. Well, constant analytics is the key. Our Price Watch team is constantly monitoring current market conditions, paying close attention to seasonal and quick-moving industry changes. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of time and data to maintain good pricing, time that most of us just don't have on a daily basis. So free yourself up. Using TAQ Pro is really a no-brainer. Save time and money, maximizing your leads and optimizing your online investments. You'll finally be able to sleep well at night knowing that TAQ is on the job selling for you 24/7. Never missing a potential job.
Are you searching for that midnight auto shipping quote and new lead software that you can trust? Provide instant, accurate quotes online with Transport Auto Quoter. Get the price right the first time. Visit transportautoquoter.com. Link in the live chat. Thank you so much. All right, let's do this. Let's go into industry news. It is 7:15. We're right on schedule. We don't have to be, but we are. All right, cool. All right, so this is show 295 in a row on a Tuesday on ATI and NIADA Accelerate 2023. We're excited about the show. So here, this is really interesting. 90% of attendees are dealers. That's a lot of dealers. Now, you're right, I don't know the total number. Maybe we can get that total number today. Spanning 4 days. So you could, you could meet a dealer, or many. And we have been talking about, as Ty likes to say, love the dealer. We had dealer boiler room. You think, well, maybe, I don't know how to talk to a dealer. Well, we did dealer boiler room just to make sure they were as hard on their internal sales folks as they are on their vendors. And the answer is, yes, they are. They expect a lot. And we even caught up to dealers at Digital Dealer, and just to verify and make sure, yes, that's correct. There's Steve Ressler of Drive Centric. When we see you, and we're going to be going live at NIADA. If we see you, get ready. If you see Ty, get ready. Get ready to network. We'll network live. So that's what we do here. Front of the store, back of the store. We always talk about that on ATI. Front of the store, dealer selling cars. Back of the store, carrier moving cars. Back and forth and around it goes. We know it's an ecosystem. We always talk about it from new and used and all in between. And we are here to not only follow the disconnect between sales and operations, we're going to point it out. You'll see things on ATI I don't think you'll see anywhere else. In fact, I got a couple videos tonight. You can send it in. autotransportintel@gmail.com. If you see something that's applicable but gets shied away from, send it in. We'll talk about it. Guys talk about, dude, where's my car? Well, you know what? We got some reasons why maybe you don't have your car. Do you know what the carrier's going through, by the way? So when you price that car, price it accordingly, because that guy, your carrier, is hunting down cars, hunting down people, hunting down payment. It's not just your car. There's a whole ecosystem of cars on that trailer right there. And we've been going live with NIADA. We did Convention and Expo 2022. You remember that one, Ty? He likes to talk about the dealer's lounge at that expo. We went live in the dealer's lounge. Afterward, we got on fire about 20 groups. We had NIADA and 20 groups on Cars on the Move. Then we went live last fall at the Buy Here the Buy Here Pay Here Super Forum in Austin, Texas in November. Which then, once we learned more about Ben Goodman and Bill Elizondo, brought them on Cars on the Move a couple times, learning more about Buy Here Pay Here and NIADA. And then even on Friday, Jason March, Jack Carter talked about NIADA Accelerate 2023 on Cars on the Move. And there's a frame of that. If you haven't seen this, you know what? This video's doing pretty well, actually. Cars on the Move, averages around 100 views or so. It's already over that, and it was just Friday. So, and Jason and Jack, I want to tell you, these are down-to-earth guys telling it like it is. You should check out this show. I'm going to share it in this in live chat. I really am. I'm very proud of. And they weren't doing us, any favors. I mean, they were hard on us too. That's the thing. Is that here we go? NIADA on Cars on the Move. And what I mean is that, we had to bring our knowledge and network accordingly. And then they shared their information and networked accordingly. This is not a bus stop with a weather update and a bunch of champagne and high fives, man. This is business. So you got to do your homework, which I know that's the hard part, right? And by the way, I mean, I even noticed even Barrett-Jackson is going to NIADA, which made me think, who all's going to be here? Seems like it's a lot. Because Barrett, I don't think I've ever seen Barrett-Jackson advertise that they're going to be at a convention. But they're going to be at NIADA. I found that really interesting. I do want to point out and shout out to Auction v Commerce, digital service agency for auctions. It's not just dealer stuff, it's ecosystem stuff. Just shout out to Auction v Commerce. By the way, this is the mobile app. If you get the Auction v Commerce mobile app, you can see in the lower right-hand corner on the app is the watch button, and if you click that, it takes you to ATI content. So shout out Auction v Commerce. Thank you so much for doing that. Auction v Commerce. And we look forward to being in more mobile apps in the future. Let's get into some, here's some information. 17% of drivers have dropped their car insurance. 43% of drivers polled said they're paying more for auto insurance now than they were in April 2022, a year ago. 40% of all drivers are stressed about being able to afford auto insurance. 55% of drivers 18 to 34 are stressed about being able to afford auto insurance. 24% of drivers 18 to 34 are very stressed about being able to afford their auto insurance. Costs are high enough that 26% of all drivers have considered driving without insurance. Now you can read that. And 56% of drivers 18 to 34 have considered going uninsured. Considered going uninsured. Unbelievable. That's a statistic. Carfax, millions of recalled vehicles remain unrepaired. This is pretty interesting. More than 2.5 million vehicles have been tagged with do not drive or park outside safety recalls and remain unrepaired as of May 1st. 2.5 million. That's amazing. NYC cracking down on unregistered cars used to transport drugs and illegal firearms. So watch out. Obviously, I'm sure a transporter that lives in New York knows about this, but I'm sure that's for anybody that's going there and picking up. Vehicles with fake license plates are often used to transport illegal drugs and firearms. So check that license plate. See if that thing makes sense. I'm going to do that again. Hey, here's an email. This is, I don't know exactly what we're supposed to do here, but Matt sends in an email trying to figure out what to do about rating changes on, we'll just say, the number one load board. He's been with them since 2015, had success in that time, but the new rating system is like a sledgehammer, and we need to pull together and force a change or look for alternate options and strategies. I'm just reading an email. I think this is important. This is industry news. And so there I read it. Okay, let's keep going. We had a great show last Tuesday night. Auto Hauler Exchange is a shipper carrier B2B marketplace technology. Check it out. Visit autohaulerexchange.com. Link in the live chat. And we have a Super Pay webinar coming up. We're not hosting it, we're promoting it. Go there, June 6th. Here, I'm going to give you a link. Register for the Super Pay webinar. Here's the link in the live chat. On June 6th, they're going to give more information about how Super Pay will help you. And we're going to be, we have Vin from Super Dispatch on Thursday on Dispatching Live with a sneak peek. Don't forget, you can win the lucky load when you're using Super Load Board. Make sure that you qualify as a verified carrier. You can find out more about that on Thursday as well. And I think they're announcing a winner next week, I believe. Stay tuned for more on that. That's right. We had more Super Load Board on Dispatching Live this Thursday. We're going to have more about Super Pay. You can send in your comments. Send them in autotransportintel@gmail.com. And let us know what you think should be in the news, what's important to you. So we talk about this is how you get your car shipping business news. You put it up on the big screen. You can do that every Tuesday because I'm coming at you. Coming in hot with 5 new questions. That's right. Are you a car shipping guru? Play Ask Larry. We got 5 new questions every Tuesday night. Are you ready? Fingers on the buzzers. Question 1. NIADA Accelerate 2023 Convention and Expo begins. Is it Monday, June 19th? Is it Wednesday, July 19th? Is it Saturday, August 19th? Or tomorrow? NIADA Accelerate 2023 Convention Expo begins when? June 19, July 19, August 19, or tomorrow? Put it in the live chat. Not all at once, no crowding. Oh, Ty's got an answer. Okay, I need 2 more. Can't move on. By the way, if you haven't just broken the like button on your keyboard, now's the perfect time. Oh, we got Kendra's in here. Thank you, Kendra. Oh, and Candice is in here too. Carlos has it. Everybody's got it. It's Monday, June 19th. Fantastic. All right, so everybody should be 1 for 1. Here we go. NIADA Accelerate 2023 Convention Expo takes place at, is it the Ritz-Carlton in New York City? Is it the Waldorf Astoria in Chicago? The Wynn Hotel in Vegas? Or the Beverly Hilton in, oh, that's Los Angeles. But, you know, it's fine. It's fine. So, I guess you could take out D. Is it Ritz-Carlton, Waldorf Astoria, or Wynn Hotel? Candice is excited. She's got 1. Oh, Ty's got... Oh, here come the results. Last chance to phone a friend. Yeah. It's in Vegas, baby. Vegas. All right, so everybody's 2 for 2, I see. That's good. Here we go. Question 3. 90% of NIADA Convention and Expo attendees are they dispatchers, car dealers, auctioneers, or accountants? National Independent Accountant District Accountants. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. National Institutional American District of Accountants. National Institute. Okay. Oh, help me. Throw me a... Yeah, there you go. Carlos has got an answer. He doesn't think it's dispatchers. And Ty does not think it's auctioneers. And Kendra is pretty sure I was wrong about accountants. It is car dealers. Our friends, 90% is... That's a lot of car dealers. All right, here we go. Question 4. Wow, we're doing so good. NIADA Accelerate 2023 Convention Expo lasts. Is it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or is it 4 days? Okay, having too much fun. Ooh, I love it when likes are more than views. That's awesome. Seriously, I do like that. Thank you very much for hitting that like button. And if you've got a friend with a like button, tap them on the like button. All right, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or 4 days. This could be our stumper. Kendra's got 3 days. This one's a tough one. Wait, Kendra's changed it to 4 days. Ty's got 3 days. Candice has 4 days. We have a tie. We're going to go to the dunk tank in a minute. Live in your living room. Carlos has 3 days. Man, this is tough. I mean, you'd think for the price, you know, can't be that many days, right? Let's see. Highest number of potential customers. 3 or 4 days of time. Low price. Golly. Can't figure out why I should go. All right, this is cool. You ready for this? Who's got a tiebreaker? Let's see. Kendra and, yeah, anybody want to... well, we know it's not 1 day. We know it's not 2 days. Is it 3 days? Is it 4 days? Well, all right. It's 4 days, right? 19, yeah, it is 4 days. In fact, I can prove it on the website. Because there's, yeah. Let's just go ahead and show that proof, Jay. I'm not so sure. Let's see. You know what? If you click on the agenda, browse by day, you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I present to you 4 days. All right, pretty cool. All right, we got, yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? 4 days. Oh my gosh, if you break that down, well, you've got, okay, so you got hotel, probably have a flight, and then, yeah, registration fee. So, but still, man, think about that. That's amazing. They may want us to leave after 3, but it's so good. We're staying for 4. Nice. Thank you, Candice. Fantastic. All right, here we go. Question 5. Rowdy crowd. The early bird non-member registration fee for NIADA Accelerate 2023 is it $6.95, $1,095, $16.95, or $20.95? Shoot, some conferences are $30.95. No kidding. So 4 days, 90% dealers. Shoot, it's got to be more, right? Who's got a guess? I know. I'm getting excited again. I got to calm down. It's all right. I got ELD Punch coming up. Oh, Ty's got a guess. Ty is guessing $6.95. What do you think? What's your gut tell you? Kendra's got $6.95. This is the early bird non-member registration fee for NIADA Accelerate 2023. And if that's it, if you just, you're like, man, I know I want to go. Here, let me give you the link right here. You can sign up right here. Here's your link. Right there in the live chat. Get signed up. And, all right, here comes the answer. All right, fine. I'll give you the answer. $6.95. All right, cool. That was awesome. That was really fun. Thanks for all your participation. And if you missed it live, you can watch it on demand over and over and over. It's hours of fun. Okay. And information. After this, we're going to go into hard industry news, the pulse. So stick around. We're going to be right back.
Being a carrier is tough. Slow pay, bad lanes, and countless brokers. It's hard out here, but it doesn't have to be.
At Ship Your Car Now, we understand the challenges our carriers face. That's why we're committed to on-time payment, guaranteed lanes, and an open line of communication with our dispatch team.
Our carriers and drivers are our partners, and we're committed to helping them succeed. Sign up on our carrier portal today. Ship Your Car Now, committed to carriers.
The next evolution of moving cars faster, smarter, and easier is here. SuperPay by Super Dispatch. Today, shippers waste hours managing fragmented payment systems. And carriers are left wondering, never knowing when they'll finally get the payment they're owed. SuperPay saves everyone time and hassle by securely automating payment upon proof of delivery. No more tracking down payments or onboarding carriers to disconnected payment systems. With integrated payments with SuperPay, Super Dispatch is now the only end-to-end, all-in-one auto transport platform. Automate payments where you automate transport.
Super Dispatch, TMS, mobile app, Super Loadboard, and SuperPay, helping carriers, dispatchers, brokers, and shippers move cars and get paid fast on one auto transport platform. Visit superdispatch.com. All right, cool. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Here we go. We're going to go into industry news, part 2, the pulse. Attention, business developers. This is your section. Here we go. Tekion. Have you heard of Tekion? Tekion was a big thing at NADA. That was in January. Here is more information. I really didn't know much about Tekion, so here's some information. Tekion's big dealership experiment is a big win. Dealership management system startup Tekion bought 2 California dealerships. This is a tech company. They bought 2 California dealerships in 2020 to test its product and iron out any kinks. Executives said the plan succeeded far beyond expectations. In 2019, Tekion was a technology company toddler, a 3-year-old startup, betting it could upend auto retailing with a dealership management system driven by artificial intelligence. When it was time to aggressively test and refine the technology, Tekion CEO Jay Vijayan pitched an unconventional idea to his executive team. A dealership involved in an early Tekion pilot program was for sale, and Vijayan proposed that Tekion buy the dealership. The move would be unusual for a DMS provider, but the founder envisioned a powerful upside, using the business as a real-world lab for Tekion's developers. Why can't we own a dealership so they truly understand the business, he thought. By February 2020, Tekion had snatched up Gilroy Buick GMC in California, just more than an hour's drive from its Silicon Valley headquarters, for more than $1 million. The gambit proved so successful that Tekion bought a second dealership, Hyundai of Gilroy, 7 months later. Tekion now has the dealership for sale after the experiment has helped the DMS upstart accomplish its goals. It was never a long-term play, so they're selling the dealership. But as you can see, I mean, buying the dealership gave them ability to go in and just do what they wanted. They stationed members of their science, engineering, and design teams at the dealership on a regular basis so they could observe, answer questions. Makes you think, right? Wait a minute. How could my business benefit from inserting, being a part of the day-to-day of an operation, a dealership, an auction, an automaker, or something else? That's a pretty amazing idea. So that's what they did. Tekion is in Pleasanton, California, 3,000 employees, $450 million in venture capital raised. Their product is Automotive Retail Cloud. It's a cloud-based dealership management system, a DMS, which, by the way, probably connects to auto transport. And it uses artificial intelligence. That's another thing that they did. Lots of AI. He saw this a few years ago, saw this coming. Big data with the aim of streamlining the retail sales process and interactions between automakers, retailers, and consumers. Really interesting. Tekion. CarMax leads new used vehicle tally. Okay, there's a new list of 100 U.S. dealership groups by used vehicle sales volume. It's used only on this list. And CarMax is at the top. They're joined by a mix of national and regional used vehicle retailers with high volume multi-store operations, publicly traded online used vehicle retailers. We're going to see the list here in a second. Online used vehicle retailers such as Carvana, Vroom, Shift, they're included in the list. You'll find Car Shop, Echo Park, America's Car Mart, Shift, Right Way. Let's see. Let's take a look at this list. I got to copy this. Okay, so CarMax is at the top. You can kind of see. Let's see here. You can zoom in. CarMax, Carvana, Drive Time, which is where Carvana came from. Car Shop, Echo Park, America's Car Mart, Vroom, Tricolor, Shift, Right Way. Very interesting. Wow, man. Look at, and they got used vehicle retail sales 2022, 2021. They got the address, the phone number, the website. Wow. I wonder if they have this kind of information at NIADA. Probably everywhere. Here's a CarMax. Okay, thanks, Chris. Thank you so much. CarMax by store. 83 total leased sites. Wait a minute. 240 locations nationwide. Wow. 24 in Florida. 31 in California. 10 in Illinois. Thank you, Chris, for sending this in. Man, this stuff is so interesting. And then map, too. Let's take a look at this map. So let's see here. Here's CarMax Markets, which really paints a picture, doesn't it? And then, let's see, go up to here. 800 plus cars retailed. Got wholesale, appraisal purchase. Wow. 1.2 appraisal purchases. Amazing. Yep, 241 locations nationwide. I love this stuff. Thanks so much. Love the dealer. Hey, you think your stock portfolio is down? Talk to the father-son billionaire duo who run Carvana. Now, I know there's always another drive-by on the Carvana information, but in case you didn't know, here it is. They had a combined personal fortune of $32 billion, and they've lost 80%. I think that's... Oh, and that's according to Bloomberg. So we're going to go with wow. Wow. That is that's quite a haircut. Car dealership guy has some information. Never been a better time for car manufacturers to steal market share. Wow, look at this. Here we go. Got Q1 2023. Toyota on top. Chevy, Ford. Honda at 4th. GMC. Hyundai, Jeep, Kia, Nissan. Wow. That's pretty fascinating stuff. See what else we got. I think we have a luxury car brand. Okay, BMW. Look at this. Now, this is Global 2022 Premium Luxury. BMW at the top on global numbers over Mercedes. Then you have Audi and Tesla. Lexus. Fascinating stuff. Send it in. We'll share it. Would they communicate anything other than success? Right. Right. What? Well, no. Of course not. We're having major success as we bail out this boat. Okay. Sorry. Pass. Slide is on for wholesale used vehicle prices. Wholesale used vehicle prices are expected to gradually cool through the rest of the year after unseasonably appreciating to start 2023. However, a used vehicle inventory crunch is expected to deepen through the year. Will likely keep used vehicle prices from falling dramatically. That's interesting. So wholesale used prices are cooling. I think everybody knows that, but in case you don't, in case you woke up out of a cryogenic chamber, hey, Lithium Motors is currently holding on to its used inventory nearly 2 times longer than any competitors. Now that's interesting. I would expect them to start lowering prices more from Car Dealership Guy. He always has fascinating stuff, Car Dealership Guy. Wait, let me zoom out there. Yeah. So this is day supply of used vehicles in inventory, and Lithia much higher than everybody else. What's the strategy? What if we get some insight in that? But do know this, 30 days is what most people are looking at. I think that's the number you're going to hear most. All right, prepare for a service lane slowdown. Inventory shortages in the past few years will mean fewer vehicles coming to service departments for warranty work and other repairs. Dealers rely on new vehicles under warranty. So yeah, that is you're going to see. That's interesting. So we'll have to pay attention to that. Ty, make a note. We'll ask people at NIADA. There we go. Are you seeing a service slowdown? Hey, Rapid Recon Bridging broadens group dealerships' economies of scale. Bridging, a recon management and communications technology from Rapid Recon, brings new economies of scale to group enterprises managing and operating multi-car dealerships. With Bridging, Rapid Recon seamlessly integrates all the group stores with a centralized reconditioning facility. The store levels manage only their respective vehicles at the Recon Center. The Reconditioning Center mirrors the Rapid Recon user features at store levels and manages all stores' reconditioning workflows. To learn more, visit rapidrecon.com. Bridging, keyword bridging, hashtag bridging. From the front lines of electric vehicle fleet transitions. Okay, now I saw a bunch of stuff here. And essentially, like here it's talking about this Mannheim operation in San Francisco has set up solar carport chargers to handle the stream of used EVs hitting the wholesale automotive market. And I could read on and on about how, I mean, a lot of it, here's a survey. 75% of those surveys feel pressure to adopt EVs. 60% consider EVs transition a headache. Wow, I can't even believe that's in print. Somebody's going to wipe that out. 50% note infrastructure as a top concern in making the transition. All right, so here's some honest feedback about, how's the EV thing going? I don't know, And then it goes on to talk about more about, the key challenges facing, workforce and training and electricians and installation and there's a lot of payload capacities, the weight of the batteries, but skip it. Auctions facing challenges, refurbish, how do you know the health of the battery? And they were surprised when, EVs are already starting to show up in auctions. But they're coming in. Some are starting to come in. So I'll tell you what, here we go. Rather than speculate live, let's play a couple videos. I learned something, And I hope that this, is informative to you too. All right, here we go. Let's see. Share the sound. All right, here we go.
Recharging. Tesla
recharge.
recharging. And people are running around. It's overloaded the current, going through the light posts and setting everything on fire below it. Electric cars are bad for the environment. Look at that.
What is? Let's see that
Tesla
again.
recharging.
Tesla charging. Like
People
this
are running around.
just happening right
It's
now.
overloaded the current, going through the light posts and setting everything on fire below it.
Wow.
Electric cars are bad for the environment. Look at that.
That is crazy. Okay. All right, let's go to the next video. We want to get to know your company. Okay, not that one. Here we go. I've got...
President Biden says he wants 50% of new cars to be electric by 2030.
True, but I guess now it's 60%.
True or false, a typical electric car requires 6 times the mineral inputs of a conventional car.
Yes.
If 50% of the cars were electric vehicles today, is there enough power on the electric grid to charge them all?
Absolutely not. No.
You said in your written statement, Mr. Bradbury, I'm going to quote you, if every country in the world achieved its stated EV targets by 2030, the total savings in carbon dioxide emissions would be expected to reduce global temperatures by only 0.0002 degrees Fahrenheit by the year 2100. Given this fact, is it unilaterally gutting the U.S. auto market, critical mineral supply chain, and the grid stability? Is that the solution for addressing the temperature goals?
Well, I don't think so.
True or false, President Biden says he wants 50% of new cars to be electric by 2030.
True, but I guess now it's 60%.
True or false, a typical electric car requires 6 times the mineral inputs of a conventional car.
Yes.
If 50% of the cars were electric vehicles today, is there enough power on the electric grid to charge them all?
Absolutely not. No.
You said in your written statement, Mr. Bradbury.
Okay. Well, we're a fair channel, and so we'll just keep moving. We'll just leave that where that is. Fair and balanced. ATI. Thank you very much. All right, cool. Here we go. Hey, by the way, join us tomorrow, Risk with Tom Klein on Live Carrier Advice, where, again, we address, any issue. We'll address any issue if it is apparently relevant in automotive. If it applies to risk and compliance, it's on the table tomorrow on Live Carrier Advice. That show is at noon. And if you want to tune in, if you're not completely turned off by everything you just saw, right? I know it's dangerous. Gosh, it's dangerous to tell both sides of the story. It's tough. I just put the YouTube live link in the live chat. Also, on Thursday, we're going to learn more about SuperPay. Please do join us for Thursday's show. Learn about SuperPay by Super Dispatch. And here's the link to that. And you can set your show reminders. All you got to do is click on the link, click the bell, click like, and then just click on out of there, and then we'll see you when we go live. Remember, there is a webinar. We encourage you to get registered for this. I'm already registered for the webinar, so I'll see you there. And we're going to learn more about SuperPay, Super Dispatch. Again, I put the link in the live chat, so please do. Hey, what's up, Candy? How you doing? Shout out to Candy. Are you going to NIADA, Candy? I know you're down in Florida, and I know it's tough to get away, but man, that'd be amazing to see you there. Don't forget, wrong button. Don't forget, they're giving away $1,000 once a month. But you got to be qualified. You got to be using Super Load Board. I believe you got to be signed up for SuperPay and a verified carrier. You'll learn more about it in the, see right there. Get registered for the webinar and make sure you're qualified to win the $1,000. If you're looking at this, it's an ATI podcast. You know what? I was doing that. I've been, the weather's getting nicer, right? Newsflash. And I was hanging out on the patio, and I was listening to podcasts and catching up on stuff Podcasts are a great way to catch up on media, information, and material without being tied to the screen on your desktop. So get the ATI podcast. And don't forget, it's ATI Auto Business. And, you know, I haven't shared this for so long. Where's the link to that? ATI, follow the ATI podcast. Yeah, here we go. There's the link to that. Very cool. And it's ATI Auto Business. Just it's the old link to the that's what ATI stands for, Auto Transport Intel. And let's see what else we got here. Okay, so don't forget, call or text Ty if you need to know why. He's going to be up here in a minute. So if you call him right now, you might be live when he goes live. He's going to be joining me here in a second. We're right on time. It's the Car Shipping Business Channel. Remember, we don't ship cars. We move information. So leverage ATI. We're the neutral zone. We are the one place where you can get the information, and we don't ship cars. We move information. It's ATI, Auto Business. Leverage it. Do it. Do me a favor, stick around. Right after this, we're going to be live with Ty. We'll be right back.
Join independent automotive dealers from across the country to accelerate your learning, planning, growth, and dealership success at NIADA Accelerate 2023 Convention and Expo. Take advantage of networking opportunities and valuable education from successful dealers and industry leaders. Get inspired by our keynote speakers and have some fun. Visit with solutions providers in the Expo Hall that can help you navigate the products and services available to help you reach your dealership goals. Whether you're new to the independent auto world or an industry veteran, invest in yourself and your dealership knowing NIADA is there to support you in your journey. Register and book your rooms at the Win Now, and we'll see you June 19th through the 22nd at NIADA Accelerate 2023 Convention and Expo.
NIADA Accelerate 2023, June 19th through the 22nd in Las Vegas is where car dealers network with vendors, service providers, and new automotive technologies. Grow your business. Get registered. The link is in the live chat. Hey, and I'm sorry if there was a little bit of echo delay. Didn't mean to make that ad feel like a rock concert. So half of that. But, you know, you got the information, and we're all excited, and we're happy you're here. So please do, if you haven't already, hit that like button. Here we go. Let's get Ty up in here. Please do help me wish a warm welcome. He loves the dealer, and he's not afraid of it. Ty, what's up, man?
Yeah, I do love the dealer, and I'm not afraid of it. I'm not ashamed to admit it either. Right? That's fun.
It just came to me just now. Like,
yeah, well, that was good. I appreciate it, and I do. So, you know, my background was I started with a 1-ton and a 3-car trailer, and actually before that I had a tow truck company, and I'd learned that the dealership, the new car stores, the service department, I would see these cars coming in on these trailers, and so I started asking questions. Anyway, I ended up being a transport guy without a load board and without a broker. And it was the used car dealer that might have, say, 15 to 30 cars on his lot. And he would go to the auction 70 miles down the street at Springfield, Missouri, 166 auto auction. And he would buy one car, his buddy would buy one car, and his other buddy would buy one car. And I had a 3-car trailer, so I'd go get them. Right? So anyway, from that 1-ton and 3-car trailer, my first year losing about $15,000, 6 years later, I had 20 semis that haul 9 cars, all new. So the dealer taught me pretty much everything I know about auto transport. That's why when I talk about love the dealer, they're very kind people, very generous people, very, you know, I say this a lot too. I say the local dealer is heavily invested in the local community. You hear me say things like that a lot, and that's a true story as well. So
say that
they've
again.
Taught me.
Say that again. Yeah.
Yeah, the local dealer, the dealer in their community, they're heavily invested in their local community. They spend money on the baseball T-shirts. They spend money at the racetrack. I mean, they do all kinds of things for the community in the community, and I think a lot of people overlook that. How good the car dealer guys are. And you know, the other thing is like Brian Maxwell.
Yeah, go, man.
Thinking about Brian Maxwell, you know, I mean, there's a real, genuine, sincere desire to see people succeed. in my opinion. I've hung out with a lot of car dealers. A lot of car dealers are my friends, and they've encouraged me to grow the business, to grow emotionally, spiritually, financially, whatever that might be. But genuinely good people. So I'm really excited. Troy Shear, thank you for putting this all together tonight.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to meeting everybody on the show.
Thank you, Troy, very much. Absolutely.
Yeah, Troy did a lot of work on this.
No, he did, and we have. So he's already done quite a bit of work, and we've got so much more to do. We met Jason and Jack on Friday on Cars on the Move. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And the lineup tonight.
Sorry, by the way, Jason March is in Jacksonville. I didn't catch this till after the show. And guess who else? Candy Marr, Seaport Services, in the live chat. She knows, we were talking the other day, she knows March Motors. No joke. She knows
No, really?
Yeah.
Small world. That is a small world. Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. So,
wow. Well, and I'll tell
thanks,
you,
Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to say this. I liked your story because what's really interesting, it made me think about. So here I am doing this, and I'm tapping into stuff I learned 10 years ago as a dispatcher.
Mm-hmm.
And that is that what we, it's interesting, what we learn in those early days as we're building business, and it's painful, but when we go later to let others know, hey, here's what we recommend, we dip back into that early stuff. And that, everything I learned early on was because I learned it talking to carriers.
Right.
That's where I learned. I'd get beat up by brokers. Okay,
Yeah.
I said it.
Yeah.
I got beat up by brokers, and I learned from the carriers. But what's interesting, too, is what I then found out was what everybody was telling me, it would hit a cliff, and I had to then, as you talked about, remember your Automotive News magazine story?
Mm-hmm.
We had to walk the dangerous rope bridge to get to the other side where there was information where, wow, nobody told us what we'd find here. And that's the trade show, which is why we continue to go back and explain, cross the rope bridge, go to the trade show.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it.
What Kendra Brown in the live chat, she just said, you have to go. I think she's right. She is right. Yeah, it is a great conference. So you're right. We've been to the one NIADA, and that one I believe was in Vegas also.
Yeah.
We did the Dallas buy here, pay.
And a year ago, it was at the MGM. Am I right?
Oh, I can't remember that part.
Oh, see, I had the picture. Yeah, exactly.
I go to all this. I'm like, whoa.
Was it the MGM, the Wynn, the Waldorf Astoria?
Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, we got to know some of these NIADA people. I got to meet Troy.
You've met so many people.
Yeah, remember the other Bob? Was it Bob? I did an interview with Bob. He was one of the presidents back then.
That's right, Bob Voltman. Yeah.
Bob Voltman. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy. And
that
Andrew,
was
I think
awesome.
Andrew, the video guy.
Andy, yeah. And exactly. And that led to Ben and Bill, and then the Buy Here, Pay Here Super Forum in Austin, which was a whole nother eye-opening experience. It really is. And that's one. Yeah, so Candice said it was at the MGM, and I thought so because I had on the thumbnail of the show was a lit green building, and it was the MGM. I believe, yeah. So you were at the MGM. It's just that now all the trade shows run into each other. All right, I'll tell you what. Now we're off track. We're in the weeds.
Yeah, we got to get back in the deal.
We got to get Jeff. It's
sign
time.
Up. And you put the link in the live chat to sign up to go.
I put the link in the live chat, and I'll tell you what. I'm going to say it because
that's
just like running those videos. By the way, what do you think of those videos? You sent me one of those videos. but is it a problem that I run it? Why does it feel like we're not supposed to say those things?
Well, because of the industry that we're in, and there's a.
But doesn't the industry want don't they want transparency? I hear it at every show. I hear transparency every day. Don't you want it?
Well, maybe some people are different. I certainly appreciate transparency. Yeah.
So being transparent, showing the fire at the top of the light pole, or that That congressional stuff, that wasn't faked, was it?
Wait till you show the ones where those kids are digging in those dirt mountain things.
I can't
Wait
do
till you
it,
see
man.
that one.
Those
are crazy.
Yeah, no, I've seen. It is crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stop
and then
there.
Then the mountain falls in on them and they all die. Have you seen that part?
No,
yeah, that happens.
no, pass.
Yeah. Go
wow,
EV.
Holy mackerel!
I didn't say that.
But the point
out
is
loud.
that
this isn't live.
I almost feel like I'm doing wrong just by showing that side of the story.
Well, we are in cancel culture, Jay. Get used to it, okay?
Right? The brainwashing has
be
set
happy
in.
and be happy. June's coming.
Right? Hopefully we haven't been deplatformed already. Okay, let's keep
Shadow
moving.
ban. Okay.
Our guests are going to be like, who are these guys? They probably are.
We didn't want to come on here, yeah.
But Kendra participated in the live chat. Candice is in the live chat. Let's do this. Let's shift gears. I want to talk about NIADA Accelerate 2023. Here's what I really meant to say.
Mm-hmm.
I see the view count is pretty low on the show tonight. You mean there's a lot of people that don't know. They don't know how much they need to go to this show.
Yeah.
I think that's.
But wait till tomorrow. What generally happens on a low count night tomorrow? It'll be crazy. So there's probably Tuesday night. It's Taco Tuesday.
And there was a lot of opens on the email, so I think there's a lot of interest. I was wondering. It's the end of the year, and the weather's nice. Let's see what happens. We'll bring in Jeff, and it'll probably triple.
Let's bring Jeff in.
He's going to bring in the people. Here we go. Let's do this. All right, camera one, please do help us. Wish a very warm welcome. We have the CEO of NIADA, Jeff Martin, is joining us now in the live Zoom meeting where we have the show. Thanks for jumping in the live chat. Thanks for answering questions and participating. All right, here we go. Let's see if Jeff is ready for us. Jeff is... Oh, he's connecting right now. He's connecting. Let's give him a minute. Let's give him a second. And if you have any questions for Jeff or NIADA or, there's a lot actually to talk about. So bring a question. Ask Carlos, here's your homework. Ask a question about NIADA. Here we go. Jeff, can you see us and hear us okay?
Absolutely. I can see you and hear you fine. How are you?
Okay, we're pretty good. We're a little wild tonight, but we're excited about NIADA Accelerate 2023. It's your first time on ATI. Please do say hello and tell us a little bit more about you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me. Thank you for what you're doing for the industry, getting the message out there. As you mentioned earlier, my name is Jeff Martin. I've been the CEO with NIADA now for a little over 2 months. I've been representing independent automobile dealers, though, for about 17 years. I was with the Texas Independent Automobile Dealers Association for quite some time. And before that, I represented public school teachers for about 12 years here in Texas. So association, pretty much my entire professional life, but couldn't tell you how excited I am to be on the team with NIADA, looking forward to some of the things that we have coming up in the year, but primarily looking forward to the convention that we have coming up next month.
All right.
Whoa.
Yeah. Where do we start? Ty?
All that Ty is to say...
Yeah.
All that to say I'm old. That's pretty much what that means.
All right. Well, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Texas Dealer Association. Were you were president, chairman, board? Because there's different levels, right?
Yeah. So, the executive director. So I ran the association. So the president and the chairman and the board members are typically elected to represent the association, and I'm a hired employee. To represent the interest of the industry. And that's essentially the same role I have here at NIADA.
Wow, that's great. Now, wait, tell me one more time. I know you already said it, but what did you do before that you ran car dealerships? What did you say?
Yeah. So actually, no, I've never run a car dealership.
Oh, okay.
I really don't have automotive experience in my background. For me, it's been primarily running associations, running trade associations.
All right. Okay.
And prior to running the trade association for the independent automobile dealers, I was a director of membership for a professional association. We represented public school teachers. So essentially a lot of lobbying, a lot of being very active in the legislative process. I always say building platforms to give members and to give the industry a voice and protect the interest of the industry. That's primarily what our responsibility is.
I want to
That's
jump in.
interesting. Yeah,
we were
go
talking
ahead.
about associations on Friday on Cars in the Move. We had Jack Carter, Jason March, first time talking to them.
Great guys.
They are great guys. It was an awesome show. And also Jack was pointing out that government learning, policy making is a big part of education within the association, and how the association really helps businesses within an association stay educated, stay networking, not to mention 20 groups.
Right.
There's so much, as I try to wrap my arms around 4 days of NIADA. I mean, how do you even approach that as a nutshell? Like all the things happening there.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Where do we start?
Yeah, it's interesting that you asked that, Jay. You know, I tell people when you're going to a conference, particularly, and you guys have been to a number of conferences, but if you want to get the most out of the conference, I always encourage people to kind of build a game plan, right? I mean, you've got an expo that's going to be 3 days. We've got over 200 vendors in the expo. I mean, how are you really going to go and visit 200 vendors? Frankly, you don't have enough time to go and visit every one of the vendors. So what I encourage people to do is to identify those vendors that they definitely want to go make sure that they visit, circle them, make sure that you actually, you know, a lot of what you find in those exhibit halls are people networking. You know, I heard Ty talking about running into dealers and meeting various people in the expo. And so you end up spending a lot of time doing that. And all of a sudden you look up and you're hearing the announcement that the expo is closing in 15 minutes. And you're like, is it already Thursday? And this is
I know how that feels, and I hate that feeling. You're right. I do.
Yeah, so kind of put together a game plan. Make sure that you get by and visit with those vendors that you want to visit with in the expo, but do the same thing on the education side. You know, we've got 7 concurrent sessions going on, and there's a real mix there of what I always call best practices. And those are extremely important to hear from other dealers about some of the things that they're doing. And our dealers it's an unbelievable community in how they'll share ideas, share suggestions with people. But then there's also the compliance side. You know, we're going to have the FTC there and the CFPB. You had mentioned it earlier. It's extremely important. It's not anybody's favorite topic. It's kind of like taking your medicine, but you need to go by and understand how you can make sure that you keep your dealership compliant. And I think that that's part of the education that we're responsible for as an association, is making sure that we're putting that out there so that dealers can stay compliant.
Ty, I got my answer. Build a game plan.
Hey, wait a minute. I was just wondering. You started talking about compliance, so we're going to have Tom Klein on tomorrow. But it made me think. So in trucking, we have these people called the DOT, and they have weigh stations. And then they come to your office and they do audits. And then they usually leave with a fine, some of your money, right? So
wait,
did
you say they usually leave with a fine?
My first one was $2,000. My last one was $20,000. They always come by and say, we're just doing a brief audit. But no, that's what we have to deal with. So who does compliance audits for dealers?
Yeah, it really varies. So on the federal level, it's primarily the FTC and the CFPB. Most of that is complaint driven, but they do have auditors and examiners that are out in the field. At the state level, it really varies. Most of the time, it's the Department of Motor Vehicles. That's typically the body that will license the dealers, and it's typically the body that will regulate the dealers as well. Then it really depends on the size of the state, whether you have a Department of Treasury, or like in Texas, they have an Office of Consumer Credit Commission. So if you're financing or you're arranging financing, you may have another agency that oversees or regulates part of what you do as an independent dealer. And you guys know, I mean, independent dealers touch a lot of different areas, but primarily DMV is the one who's going to regulate the industry. And look, we don't think regulation is bad, right? You need some regulation out there. What we always advocate for is, responsible regulation. And we want to make sure that we're a part of that conversation when regulation is coming down the pike. We have a very good relationship.
Being part of the conversation when regulation comes down the pipe. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's key. I mean, we just had a meeting earlier this week with the CFPB talking about some of the things that we're seeing in the industry. And it's part of our responsibility to make sure that the industry has a voice. And I know that was, what Jack and Jason were talking about earlier, or I guess it was last week, actually. But that's key for us to be successful as an association. We have to make sure that we're a part of that conversation.
And I just want to say, and on that, because it's interesting how it's not a problem until it's a problem. The reason there are protests is because nobody was part of the conversation during policy making.
Right. Yeah, it is. And, I'll say this too. And I actually tell legislators and policymakers this all the time. And you guys know, you've been in the dealerships, you've talked to the dealers. I heard you all talking earlier about dealers being actively involved in their community. No one loves their customers more than we love our customers, right? And if you're going to sustain a business, you're going to be in business for a long time. And I don't care whether you're in a major metropolitan area or you're in a rural area, you're a part of the fabric of that community. And you have to take care of those customers. That's the best advertising that you have. And on the other side of that is it's the worst advertising you can have too, right? And so when we have federal agencies or state agencies who start talking about here's what's best for your customer, I always tell them you got to be careful there, because we have that relationship, and it's just very frank. There's no one that loves our customers more than we love our customers, and we're going to take care of them. Whether you're a retail dealer or you're a buy here, pay here dealer, we live on repeat business. We live on referrals. And so if we're not taking care of that customer, if we're not being a responsible business owner, a responsible car dealer, frankly, we're not in business very long.
And in that vein, we're going to bring Kendra up here in a minute, but that's why you're going to an association convention. It's like going to a family restaurant, right? That's the difference.
They're very akin to, I would even say, family reunions. It feels very much that way, and particularly with kind of the kindred spirits of, I love representing the men and women in this industry. They're unbelievably resilient. They're a little bit of cowboys and cowgirls. They're the independent in this space means a lot. They are very independent thinkers. And I think sometimes they really revel in the ability to get around other like-minded people. And, I say all the time, I wish I had the guts that our dealers had, to put my money on the line. I don't do it. And so I'm always, I'm really inspired by these guys when I get a chance to spend some time with them. And I come back from the conventions. Certainly I'm worn out, I'm tired, but I'm also really invigorated and inspired just by hearing their stories.
So that's it. Independent thinkers. Yet another reason to go to NIADA Accelerate 2023. All right, let's do this. We're going to bring in Kendra. Kendra is next. Kendra, please do get everything ready. Here we go. First time on ATI. She's joining us now. And one of the things we like, as we continue to add people, it gets more fun, and then we get into the panel. So, and after Kendra, we've got Candice, we've got Gus waiting in the wings, and let's see, and here is Kendra. Let's see if she can you see us and hear us? Okay, Kendra. You can see us? All right, can you hear us? Yeah? Mic check?
I can hear you.
All right, good. All right, perfect. All right, she can see us.
Oh, wait.
She can
I
hear
have to stop the YouTube video. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I got you. No problem at all. Please do feel free to jump in the live chat. Ask a question. We have Jeff Martin, CEO, NIADA. Kendra Brown, Director of Operations, Dream Team Media, is with us now. All right, if you can see us, you can hear us. Then,
I see you and hear you.
All right, perfect. Please say hello, first time on ATI, and tell us a little bit more about you.
Hi, so my name is Kendra Brown. I've been a buy here, pay here operator since 2013, and I just launched my marketing company catered to buy here, pay here dealers back in 2022. So it's been about a year now.
Fascinating. Do me a favor. Let's pause right there. Buy here, pay here. Not everybody in our audience knows everything about it as much as you do. Please talk about buy here, pay here for a minute. Thinking on that independent thinker mentality, right?
Sure. So my husband and I opened our operation in 2013. Which is buy here, pay here, which means we're the banker, and we finance whatever we finance comes out of what we do, and we're the banker essentially. So what I have seen in my time as a buy here, pay here dealer and in working with other dealers, all different sizes, is that the buy here, pay here community had a need for marketing and services catered to not only the dealer, but the customers who are searching for financing needs. So that's kind of what my marketing company is about. It's about creating marketing solutions for not just the dealer who's trying to reach the buyer, but the buyer who's trying to look for the car that they can afford. So it's a different sort of shopping experience.
I gotta tell you, it doesn't sound that different from some of the owner-operator, grassroots, independent business mindset we see in logistics. It's not that different.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, that's what's interesting is that. So we are, all right, so Jay and Ty, who are we, right? The four of us have not met before. All right, so I'm the founder of ATI Auto Business. Ty is my business partner, and he's a carrier coach and consultant. And we work with carriers and brokers. We're talking about auto transport, vehicle logistics, technology companies, owner-operators. We're talking about single car carriers that all the way from a 3-car hauler to a 9-car hauler to a company that has 20 trucks, all the way up to 50 trucks to 100 trucks, used cars, new cars. That's essentially what we do here. And as I'm going to pass the baton to Ty. Ty, why do you say love the dealer?
Because if we don't have the dealer, I don't even have a job.
Right.
And by the way, I didn't know that you were buy here, pay here, but buy here, pay here is my favorite client as a transport guy. So I'm Ty, the transport guy, but so I had 20 semis, did a lot of car hauling. The thing is that the buy here, pay here was another big one that I just absolutely loved because I found out what a Recon center was. Do you have a Recon center?
Not me, but I work with other dealers that do have one specifically.
Yeah. Once I figured that out, I was so excited. I was, wow. And then they have multiple stores. So like the bigger guys, they've got a Recon center and then say 10 stores, say with all in maybe 100, 200 miles. So you're taking cars into the Recon center, they're cleaning them up. Then we throw on the ready to go, take them to the store, drop them off, pick up the repos, just keep going. And it's pretty, I learned a lot. It was really interesting. And so a lot of respect for buy here, pay here. Good job.
Yeah. And
thanks for coming on.
Agreed. Yeah, thank you for doing that. And so, as Ty says that, I'm thinking I'm always using different analogies. I've never used this one before. It's like building a Lego project. We've now added so many Legos because we've learned about Recon and different services that either plug into the beginning of auto transport or the end of auto transport, that now we're looking at dealers, auctions, automakers, technology companies, equipment manufacturers, insurance, port, right, rail. I mean, on and on it goes. It's all this interconnected automotive ecosystem. That's fine and dandy, but somebody's going to say, well, wait, I just need to move a car, which brings us back to the dealer.
Right.
Hey, I got a quick question for you on your repo. What state did you say you were in?
I'm in Texas.
Texas, okay. And now your marketing company, is it okay to plug that? Can you plug that to our audience? I mean, is that something that other people can hear about, or got to keep it on the down low?
I'm pretty sure I can plug it.
Okay. Let's hear about it.
Yeah, so my marketing company, in 2020, I started to branch out of buy here, pay here and work with franchise dealers and manage their marketing. And so I kind of worked with all different sorts of sizes and types of dealers in their marketing. And then I, in the past year or two, I kind of found a niche for creating marketing plans for the buy here, pay here dealer, but it's not really just so much for the buy here, pay here dealer as much as it is for the buy here, pay here customer, because at the end, that's what marketing is all about, right? It's serving the customer. So, so in my working with different types of dealers, I realized that there was a need for buy here, pay here dealers to have a marketing platform in their website, marketing strategy, everything geared towards their customer who's searching not just for a car, because they're not really searching a car. You know, they're not searching, they're not as interested in cycling through your inventory that you have on your website, they're really interested in, hey, what can I afford? Show me what I can afford. Show me what I can put a down payment on. And so I'm kind of reimagining that whole experience for the buyer in terms of building websites, and that's what my company is doing. We started off with just marketing tactics and advertising, but now we're building websites, and we're looking for ways that we can transform the whole experience for the buyer and the dealer. So,
and it's Dream Team Media, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
DreamTeamMedia.com.
Yes.
Okay, before I hit click, I just wanted to make sure.
Dream Team Media Co.
Oh, it's
Co. Dream Team Media Co.
Oh, man, I tried so hard and I hit the button. So I'm going to pull up Dream Team. That's okay. Dream Team.
Now I have to check it. Now
Co.com?
I'm not sure. I have to check it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm seeing it. It's live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, okay. I'm going to type, this is it. And now.
This is it.
Okay. So that's not that pesky first one. It's the second one. It's DreamTeamMediaCo.com. All right. Perfect. Yes. All right. Let's do this. This is great. So we're getting to know each other, and that's what we do, right? And we, when we say we break a few eggs and we do that, we make mistakes because we're live. But that's what's also great. You know what my favorite part of the trade show is? The hallways of the trade show.
Oh, for sure. The expo
That's
hall?
my favorite part. Well, it could be the hall. Yeah, go take it away.
Okay, so I've always attended the NIADA conference as a dealer. This is my first time to go as a vendor, but so as a dealer, I always go and I map it out. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go here because it's one place to get it all done.
That's
right?
what I do.
So it's like, okay, I get to ask this vendor and this vendor, like, do y'all, and I'll like run to this one and then I'll run to the other one and be like, okay, do you do this? Do you do this? Do y'all talk? Do you integrate? And like, this is my moment to like get it all done.
Whoa. That's
and
it.
Like,
I mean, so Ty, this is so cool. The last time we're at a show, Ty says live on camera, Andrea, do you know Dana? Dana, introduce yourself to Andrea. And it was live, and these two vendors met each other live on ATI.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I had an applause button. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
No, but that's right. The hallways in the meeting and planning, I think you're absolutely right. And you really do. What are you going there for? What are your needs? I mean, is that right, Jeff? Is that what you kind of?
I don't think there's any doubt. And to Kendra's point, for $5.95, just think about if you wanted to go see 200 vendors in a day, or if you just wanted to spend all day picking up the phone and making phone calls to those individuals and talking about their products and their services. For $595, it is an unbelievable bargain to get that opportunity. And to kind of Kendra's point, to be able to bounce back and forth and have those conversations over 2-3 days, and not only with the vendors, but to also have those conversations with the dealers. And I mean, Kendra is being very, very modest. She is an absolute rock star in our industry, whether it be in the buy here, pay here space or the retail space. And she's one of those dealers who is always willing to share her ideas, share her suggestions. And you just see so much of that at these conferences. And, if you wanted to pick the phone up and talk to 20 dealers tomorrow, I don't think that you could do it, but you can do it at one place at the convention. And so, the education is phenomenal, but the networking, as you guys have talked about before, and Kendra has mentioned as well, is to me, everybody that leaves the convention, particularly if you're a first timer, that's what we hear every time on the surveys. I cannot believe how nice all the dealers were. I can't believe how everybody would share all their information with me. Huge opportunities there.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I think we may just have a problem. A good problem, a great problem actually, because Ask Larry said it was $6.95. Jeff, who's the man,
that's if you're a member.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I was just I just tried to jump on the No, I know.
Cannonball.
So it's $5.95 if you're a member, $6.95 if you're a non-member.
Wait, you mean there are people that are not members?
I know. Can you believe this?
I guess I didn't even know that there were any that existed.
That's unbelievable. Live?
Well, that's why we're here.
Yeah,
why not become a member?
That's right.
What's that annual? It's not really that bad, I don't think.
Well, it varies from state to state. Yeah, it varies from state to state. It's usually somewhere around $500 to $300. You join the state association, and then by joining the state association, you automatically become a member of the national association.
That's good. Thanks for clarifying that. We talked about that Friday, and Jeff and Jack were pretty sure that that's how it worked. So if you, whatever state you're in, even if, I mean, can you be a member and not be a dealer?
Well, you can. You can be an associate member. It's typically what we'll call, someone who is like a vendor partner. They can join the state association, and again, they automatically become a member of the national association as well.
I'm pushing that. Push that. If you're not a member, you can become a. Tell us one more time.
You've got a month to push it.
Yeah,
I can push it.
Well, you can.
Yeah, so you can join. You can join at your state. We have. You can either go to the NIADA website, or you can typically go to your state website. For example, if you were going to join in Virginia, you'd go to VIADA. If you were going to join in like Colorado is CIADA. The Carolinas, they're South and North Carolina is combined. Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Ohio. Texas, we've got a number of phenomenal, and the state associations do a phenomenal job representing their members as well.
Yeah, I think even as a vendor or non-member, I would be inclined to join, because now guess what you have? You've got a list of guys that sell cars that are a part of a membership.
Exactly. That's another thing that we're gonna
probably got a name, an address, and a phone number. Hey guys.
And frankly, you have someone who's kind of passionate about being actively involved in helping to protect the industry. Kendra's a great example. Again, she's being very modest here, but it wasn't very long ago that Texas had a day at the Capitol, and Kendra and probably 60 of her dealer colleagues were down there in Austin talking about the issues that were important to them and representing the industry. And so if you're a vendor and you're looking for people that you want to do business with, you want to do business with the people that are going to be on this meeting, on this podcast today.
Speaking of, since we're only halfway there, it's time to bring in Candice Price. Please do help us wish a very warm welcome. First time on ATI, but we caught up with her live, I think, a year ago. And we're going to, I don't know if it was on camera or not, but she's here now. She's with us tonight. And please do say hello in the live chat. Ron is here. Ron Lorenzana is here. That's awesome.
Hey,
Candice, can you see us and hear us okay? She's got her courtesy mute. She's being so courteous.
There we go. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can see you. Please
Wonderful.
say hello and tell us a little bit more about you.
Sure. Well, first, I'm really glad to be on your show. So thank you so much, Jay. And I realized tonight I need to get myself a bell. My business partner is going to love it. I'm getting a bell.
So that's awesome. Because I got a YouTube comment recently, Jay, what's with the bell? I'm like, oh, man, just killing me. Well, what's with the applause button?
Oh, I definitely need that, especially as soon as someone buys a car, they deserve an applause.
That's awesome. All right, so now Ty met you a year ago. Am I right about that?
Not Ty. I met Kendra not long ago. I was on one of the.
Were you on a panel though?
Couple of the panels.
Yeah.
Yes, I was on 2 of the panels at the MGM.
All right, so tell us a little bit more about that. And are you on a panel this year? Yeah.
I'm not on a panel this year for the NIADA Accelerate, but I am on one of the panels for the TIADA. So as he talked about the state associations, definitely great to be a part of. So I am the co-owner of Home Team Auto Sales in Omaha, Nebraska, and a part of our association, which is the Nebraska Independent Auto Dealer Association. Had to give them a shout out and a plug because they do great work, and they are the reason that I know about the conference each year with NIADA. So I attended my first one in 2018 when it was in Florida. Great place. I happen to be from Florida, so Vegas is okay.
And, well, I'll tell you. So, all right, that's another thing. So, as we learn more about NIADA, we learned that. So, there's all these state associations. Does every state have a state association?
No.
Not every state.
Not every.
No.
Yeah, we're about 27 right now.
27.
We have
Okay.
Active state associations.
So 27 state associations funneling into a national association.
Right.
That sounds like a lot of members.
Right. We're about 14,000.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Whoa. How many 20?
Good job.
You know, one of the things I've wondered, how many 20 groups are there?
Like how many total 20 groups are there in?
Right. I mean, I don't even know. Is that a reasonable question?
It is a reasonable question, and it's one you think I would
Wait,
know.
can I ask the question first? Are you not a member?
I'm not a member.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Oh, I'm so.
Well, we just found out that you can be a non-member, so we're going to go for the non-member program.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
The good news is
What
we
is-
have half an hour to fix that.
Yeah, I'm in.
Exactly. There you go, Jeff.
Do we?
So Jay and Ty, what states are you in?
Missouri.
Missouri.
Okay. All right. Yeah, they have a state association as well. You could join the state association there, and be active with the state association, and then obviously be a part of NIADA.
Right, I'm right down the street from you. Maybe we can do some things together.
Whoa.
Yeah, hey,
you guys hear that in the live chat? That's how easy it is
Nebraska.
to join and begin networking. Wow. Go ahead, Ty.
Up there in Omaha, we know Julie Delp, Nationwide Auto
Julie
Transport.
Delp, Nationwide Auto Transport.
She's there in Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The connections.
So
Yeah,
so
we
let
don't
me
know
also
if
say
you know her, but
Candice is, she's talking about being a dealer. Earlier, you all were talking about transportation. Candice actually has a rich history of transportation before she became an auto dealer that I think is kind of interesting.
Get out of town. Really?
No
I
way.
sure do.
Let's
Logistics
hear
is
it.
definitely my thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I started out with the railroad. That's how I ended up in Nebraska. So Union Pacific. So I was part of that, moving things around the rail, around the world, and moving cars was part of what we did. And I actually have HT Towing and Repair as well, Jay and Ty, which now we have a 3-car hauler. And so we're doing some transporting for some of the larger franchise dealerships through Sierra Mountain.
So, Sierra
awesome.
Mountain Express.
Yeah, we know.
It's interesting you said that because when Ty was at, Ty, help me out. You were at Buy Here, Pay Here Super Forum.
Yeah, I
and
believe
you
that
were
was definitely in Texas.
And you
I
were
don't
meeting
remember.
dealers that were hauling their own cars.
Yeah. That
and
was
it
a
was
big deal.
more than not that were hauling
Yeah, it was
their own
crazy.
cars. That was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always say
I think there might be a reason.
Candice got on a train in Florida, and she didn't know that the railroad track ended in Nebraska, and that's where she's at.
Gosh darn it, where am I at? That's awesome.
And then just doing a lot of it, where we're shipping out, to the shipping containers that, go everywhere. So it's not just, keeping things local. We can do, a lot of overseas work as well with autos, importing and exporting. So sky's the limit.
Well, hey, you should meet Candy Marr down in Jacksonville. She's our Seaport Service lady.
So Candy and Ron are both in the live chat. They're part of the ATI gang, and I would really like to see both Candy and Ron show up in Vegas at NIADA.
Mm-hmm. Candy is for sure.
She is?
Yeah, I locked that down. She's got it. Yeah, Candy's going to be in Vegas for sure. Ron, I don't know, but he might be.
He'd be great.
He might if he brings Angel and Ron. Hey, Ron, bring Angel to Vegas. There you go. We got him.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask real quick for Kendra and Candice. Have you guys had an opportunity to look at the education lineup yet? And is there anything that you are looking forward to more so than the next education?
Yeah, I've looked at the education lineup. I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of marketing this time around. But I like the viewpoint in marketing, that it's all about strategy and really like high level marketing. I also have seen some accounting. I really love the anatomy of accounting that Amanda Sanchez is going to bring. I think that's important for dealers, just to like have a high level understanding of their accounting for their operation. So I've seen, and there's some new faces that are speaking that I haven't seen before, and I've been to a few of these conferences, and I'm very excited to see them speak and hear what they have to offer. So I'm excited about it.
Jeff,
I gotta say, you may be in a small group of people who say accounting is something that really excites me.
I know, but that's how I started, right? Like the way when I got into the business as a dealer, it was like, if I don't know my numbers, I don't know anything. So I was like, I have to do my own accounting. I have to do my own bookkeeping. So it was not what I love. It's not my passion at all to be in accounting, but that's where I got into it. So I think it's important. I think it's important to understand it so that you understand your
business. Yeah.
So
Candice, what?
What?
Say it again, Candice?
What did you
Go
say,
ahead, Jeff.
Candice?
Saying something?
Huh?
Well, I was gonna say Jeff gave me the on ramp to pull up the website because I was dying to do that. I love to look at because, like you said, how to plan it out. And one of the things I was thinking was, all right, let's say I'm starting from zero. Like, okay, what do I need to do? Not only do I need to register, but then also, how would I go about? Can I use this to map out what I should be doing? And so you've got your educational tracks: buy here, pay here, compliance, operations, retail, sales, and marketing. Mm-hmm. There is so much here. How would I plan that out?
So the better way and the tool they actually have is a mobile app. So literally from your cell phone as you're walking around the convention and meeting people. Yep, go on the mobile app, and that's how you can outline what sessions you want to attend, when you'd like to go to the vendor expo. You can look up different speakers that are going to be there, their contact information. So they make it really easy for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome.
The sessions that I'm interested in, actually, of course, the financing, that information that Kendra likes because it's the meat of your business, but it's also finding out what else is going on that's new. So my dealership it's more of a hybrid. We do buy here, pay here, and we do retail. So I'm excited to learn more in the lease here, pay here space, and see how that's going for those who have been in it for a little while now. And then we also, of course, always look for other ways for lending to our customers. And so we work in an underserved community. And so we always look for, are there better options that we have, for our buyers and for our community? And so I get that from attending the conference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, lease here, pay here was one of those things that I hadn't really thought about as a dealer, but it makes more sense. Like this economy where we're at right now, like, do you want to extend your terms out longer, or do you want to? I mean, it's a viable option to think about lease here, pay here, where we're at right now. So, that's one of the things that the conference brings to the table is like things that you might not have thought about. It's going to be there. There will be opportunities to learn about things that you might have heard about, not have heard about, to, transform your business and keep it going as things change.
And so Kendra and Candice both serve in that buy here, pay here space. And a lot of times, those are individuals, Candice had mentioned kind of an underserved market. It's a lot of times they have damaged credit and they need dealers like Kendra and Candice to kind of sometimes help them get back up on their feet. And so to Kendra's point, there's a lot of different ways that you can be successful in that business. There are some lease here, pay here options and some education out there for lease here, pay here and buy here, pay here. But at the end of the day, the key for both of them is certainly to know your numbers. And we've got some sessions on that as well.
Yeah.
That's right. And then, one of the greatest parts of being at the conference is it's a place to ask your questions. And you don't have to feel like you're in competition with someone because this is a family. When Jeff said it's like a family reunion of dealers, it literally is. And sometimes you get to make the circuit throughout the year where you're seeing them in other places and spaces or other conferences, and you already know one another. So you can say, hey, I'm having an issue with inventory. Are you, or what are you guys doing, to solve for, getting and keeping your employees and your friends. And so, everyone is helpful. And what's more important is there are some of the people that are there, some of these dealers that are at the top of their game. You have the national quality dealer that's there. And these are some individuals that you would pay much more than $695 to sit down and have a one-on-one with, but they're at the convention with you. So you get to have a one-on-one with them. And so then I always say for those that maybe are at the top of their game and they're saying, well, what would I do? What would I gain from attending? My numbers are already great. Well, it gives you a chance, one, to give back. So you're meeting with those who are just getting going, just getting started. And it reminds you of some things that you may need to work on in your dealership that you've kind of let go of. You've become a little comfortable, a little lax. And as you're teaching and showing them, you're reminded, hey, maybe I need to get back in the store and take a look at this and see how we're doing. So there's opportunity there for everyone. I attended my first convention when we were only 7 months in. We've been licensed for 7 months, and it was so great. I always say, it's the reason we're still in business now. That's where we found out about our dealer management system. That's where we found out about different options for maintaining our inventory, recovering inventory if that's needed. When I went last year, I had 2 things in mind. I needed another option for lending to my customers, as we kind of spoke about, and I got that accomplished. And then I also wanted to update and upgrade our DMS, which we also were able to add on a CRM, which has been very helpful. And then maybe what has not been mentioned, And hopefully it's okay to mention, sometimes you get some really great deals from these vendors simply by being at convention. We love the deals.
Convention deals. You're absolutely right. And you made me think, I just want to say this. Do you, and this is a question, do you think that being at conventions like this, just talking with, whether it's like-minded individuals or other business professionals, actually makes you better at selling your own business?
Oh, absolutely,
Right?
because you're learning, and as you're describing to them, and I don't care if it's something as short as your elevator pitch, who are you and what do? You improve upon it by being there and being around so many. There's thousands of people in one space just for you. And then not only that, after you're tired of talking, there's great food. Like, you can't beat the food.
See, and that's it. If you make the most out of the day, you feel so good when the cocktail reception hits, and then you're just still working.
There you go.
You're working all night. It's amazing. It really is amazing. Let's do this. We have one more live guest. We're having a great time. So stick around. We got one more live segment coming up. We have Gus Camacho. He is the president of Camacho Auto Sales, Inc. He is going to join us now. Again, thanks for saying hello in the live chat. Yes, Ron, Chris, Rob, Candy, we'd love to see all of you at NIADA. If there's one show you're going to go to, this is the one we say go to. Now, do me a favor, double check the audio. If you're watching the show in the background, mute that show or pause that show, and that way we don't have that audio in the background. Okay, here we go, everybody. First time on ATI. Please do help me wish a warm welcome to Gus Camacho.
All right, there we go. Can you guys hear me?
Hey, yeah. Can you hear us? Can you see us?
Yes, I can see you too. Can you guys see me all right?
We can see you. We can hear you. Please say hello and tell us a little bit more about you.
All right. Well, hello, everyone. I am a dealer out of California. Been in the business since 1984. So second generation. I say that I was born in a car in the parking lot, or the dirt parking lot back in those days. But I'm second generation. I've been running the dealership and took it over back in 1994. As soon as I graduated from college, my dad took off and never came back. So I've been in the car business my whole entire life. I do buy here, pay here. I do regular retail, subprime, and most recently we picked up a Mitsubishi store. So I do a little new car sales as well too. So do a little bit of everything. Got a couple locations. We're outside of Los Angeles in a suburb. It's called Palmdale and Lancaster, California, the two towns. And we got a lot of commuters commute from here to Los Angeles. So I don't market to the LA basin. I market to our suburb area, and the folks that live out here typically shop up here as well too.
Is that Inland Empire?
No, but it's very similar to Inland Empire. Yeah, we're north.
LA's massive.
Los Angeles County. Yeah, LA's massive. Yeah, millions of people. Yeah, we're about 300,000 in the two cities that we serve, and we do business with LA too. People do come up and visit us because of our buy here, pay here program. They come up and buy cars from us, but I would say 80% of our business is all local in Palmdale and Lancaster. And been a part of NIADA for many years. I've served on their services board and sat on several committees. I also been a big part of our state association, IADAC, and I'm a past president, and I sit as one of their current board members. It seems like I think I'm a board member for life because they haven't kicked me out. I'm waiting for them to get me the heck out of there, but they keep asking me to stay on. So I've been very involved in the association and the community and the whole thing. And I know we're talking today about the convention that's coming up pretty soon here. And I was trying to think earlier, when was the first, when did I go to my first convention? It was so long ago that I don't remember. I don't know. I must have taken the train there or something, or a horse. It was a long time ago. And but I'm a big fan of NIADA and the conventions. There's been a lot of great things that I've been able to pick up from going to the conventions over the years. Probably the most important thing that I've ever done in our business, and one thing that helped us really grow our business over the last 40 years, has been being part of a 20 group. And I became and found out about 20 groups by going to the convention. And I remember I specifically was walking by and saw the booth, started talking to them, and at the time we were doing very little buy here, pay here. And I really wanted to learn more about buy here, pay here. We were doing it on ledger cards, and we would handwrite every time someone would make a payment. We'd handwrite it in, and they line up in the morning to make the payments outside of our trailer, and it was just really old school. We had a couple hundred accounts, and so we really didn't do a very good job with it. But this was back before before the recession hit in 07, 08. And I kind of saw things were switching around, so I kind of wanted to prepare for it. And I thought, being a buy here, pay here dealer would probably be a good way to do it. And so I was able to join a 20 group that was had smaller dealers in it, specifically for buy here, pay here. Later joined a subprime group as well too, and added that, which I've been in both groups for over 20 years now. But I joined the buy here, pay here group and grew with it. And over time, I was able to, through the help of the 20 group and also connections at the conventions, was able to find capital and grow the company. And now I would consider ourselves a mid-size buy here, pay here dealer. And we've just grown over the years doing that. But a lot of it comes from the connections that I made from going to the conventions, NIADA, and my 20 group. I just can't imagine what our business would be like if we weren't part of a 20 group. And yesterday I was on the phone for probably an hour and a half talking to a couple guys in our group. We're going through some tough times right now. This is going to be a challenging year, and I think all of us have seen it. And when times get tough, the first person you call is someone in your 20 group and ask them, "Hey, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing different? What's going on?" You look at the composite, you see what they're doing. If they're struggling, you call them to give them a hand, and if they're doing well, you call them to find out what they're doing different. Maybe they have an idea that might be able to help you out. So I was actually on the phone with Joe McCloskey, who's our past he's current chairman of NIADA, and he's in my 20 group. So anyways, I'm sorry I kind of took over the show here.
I love it.
No, you're good.
That was amazing.
You're good.
Thank you so much for taking the wheel.
Hey,
No,
one
but
thing,
I have to say, can I piggyback on that? Because my first, not when I got into the industry, I came in through the family. I feel like I have a little similarity to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I came in, I didn't take over my family business. I started my own, but I had the impetus to do so because it was my family's business, or my dad was doing it. So I'd seen it and I wanted to do it myself. And it was it was probably 6 or 7 years in, and I was like, we're in a slump. I don't know what we're doing. It was my husband and I, and I was like, we need to do something. We need to learn. We need to network. I don't know. People network, right? That's what people do when they're in businesses. So we went to our first association conference, which was in Texas. Jeff Martin was the executive director at that time. And it was we went, and it was oh my God, there's so much, it just opened our world up so much. We met dealers, we did a dealer roundtable, or several. He went to one, my husband went to one, I went to a different one, and we kind of split up our time so that we could get as much as we could while we were there. And that was the beginning of us seeing that the associations had a lot to offer in terms of education, networking. We never think in the car business of networking, of meeting other dealers or meeting other people, that can expand what we do. And our experience with Texas, the TIADA Association kind of took us to NIADA, which is just, and then 20 groups. We just kept going, because it's important that you keep expanding and bettering the industry. It's bettering yourself and moving forward. So, I just wanted to add to that.
And those are just all the things you're going to continue to hear, about attending the conference, especially your national conference. It's just that we were able to improve our bottom line. We got better. This is how we grew. This is how we met others. This is how we made it through the tough times. And so I just think as everyone knows by listening to the show, it's imperative that you go ahead and join us this year. Sign up, get the early bird discount if it's still available to you, and come on out. Is it too late, Jeff?
That's what I was wondering. Is it?
It's a little late for the early bird, but that's okay. We'll take you anyway.
There you go.
All right, good.
It's still worth it. My goodness, you still get all your meals in that $5.95, right, or $6.95.
Absolutely.
If you break down
you cannot beat that in Vegas.
I know,
you cannot go to Vegas and eat.
And free drinks sometimes too, if the vendors will give you maybe.
Exactly.
You add up everything across 4 days that you get. Yeah, that's a steal.
Yeah,
that's right.
It really
it's a ton of education, and this year's lineup is like, it is incredible. Like you'll have options. Like you won't have a session where you're like, oh, I'm going to skip out of this because there's nothing for me. Like you will find something. I've seen all of the speakers. I've seen the whole agenda. And it's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be great.
We should do a show, Kendra's top 10 picks.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Let's do it.
See, that'd be great.
I'm good with that.
Love it.
Well,
and you'll want to actually bring someone else from your dealerships. You can tag team because there's so many things that are helpful. You just can't attend them all. So, bring the others so that you can compare notes and, at least feel like you were in all the sessions.
Yeah, I agree.
So I want to add one thing real quick. I'll see if I can get Gus to tell this story or not. Kendra and Candice are unbelievable at marketing in their own right. They're in very different environments in Nebraska and they're in Houston, Texas. Do a great job marketing. But Gus has one of the all-time best marketing stories, I think, of all time. Can you tell us about when you brought the animal out to draw some attention to your dealership?
Oh yeah, actually twice. So when I opened my big auto mall location for used cars, big used car superstore, I contacted someone in Hollywood, and they brought out one of the MGM lions, the big ones that come out in the with that roar at the beginning of the films. Yeah, there's a place not too far from here that has the lion. So they brought the lion out, and just kind of a little funny side story. But we've been doing television commercials for I did my first one in 1998. And we've done them every single month continuously since then. And so I wanted some footage of this lion, right? So I said, I asked him, is it okay if I film some, some spots really quick, and with my wife, and I got my camera guy. They're like, yeah, no problem. So we were both there, and we're doing it, and the lion just, I'm always really energetic, and the lion got all crazy, and I'm like, is that okay? He's like, oh yeah, no, don't worry about it. And they had, where the lion was at around him, they had these little wire, like electrical wire that went around him. And so I told him, he told me, don't worry, they're trained not to go past the wire. They get shot. And I said, oh, okay. So I'm doing this thing, and he's right behind me, and I can hear him, I can smell him. And I knew my wife was all scared. She did it. And he's like, I can't believe you made me do this. And anyway, so we shot some footage. So after we're all done, I go to the back, and I go to the back behind the lion, and go to the back end, and I'm looking, and I'm like, I wonder where they plugged this thing up at. Well, they didn't plug it in. This thing was not plugged into anything at all. What? And I asked him, I go, why didn't you guys plug it in? This lion could have eaten me. He says, oh, we don't plug it in when we take it out. We plug it back home, so he's trained. He's too scared to touch it because he thinks he might get electrocuted. I go, oh my God, this lion was getting all crazy. He could have realized that there was no electricity there.
We don't plug that in.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
So I've heard a lot of great marketing stories in this industry.
And we had we did a big grand opening that time, and we must have had over 1,000 people here, customers, city council members, state senators. Our congressman was here, and then a couple years later, when we opened the Mitsubishi store, we did the same thing, brought out the lion again, and that time we brought out somebody from they have a rescue area for lions. We had them come out with educational material on the lions. So that actually worked out really good. Yeah. We didn't want to get any negative feedback from having a lion there, from anybody protesting. So the first time no one said anything, but we figured we better be safer the next time. Especially in California.
Great story. Good call,
That's a good story.
That was awesome. I'm going to be thinking about that story.
Yeah.
I'm always impressed with what the dealers come up with when it comes to marketing their dealership. And when Gus told me that story, I don't know, this was probably 15 years ago or so when he told me that story, and I was like, oh, I'm going to have you come to the conference and tell that story.
Such a good point too about the marketing, because again, switching over to logistics, how often do you see like creative logistics campaigns ongoing? Like, I mean, there's a lot of room for opportunity there. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure, exactly the placement other than ATI Auto Business.
Right. I totally agree. But, and part of that, too, is like marketing has changed significantly over the years. Gus talking about doing commercials. I mean, that's he's one of the few that still do commercials. And I remember when I first started representing auto dealers, so much of the marketing went into either TV or radio. And now, I mean, with Facebook and, now we've got the, artificial intelligence and some of the things that they're going to be talking about at the convention this year to kind of stay on that cutting edge. And a lot of people thought about marketing, even Gus was talking about marketing in kind of a certain geographic area. And, the world has changed significantly, and your marketing, Kendra was talking about having a website earlier. You're marketing to anybody who pulls that website up wherever they're at. And so it has changed significantly. And I think that's another thing. I know we're talking a lot about the convention here, but those are the kind of things that you learn at the convention, whether you're going to the classes or, to Candice's point, in the hallway networking with someone, and if you're, Candice had talked about being in business for 7 months when she came to the first conference. Man, if you're a new dealer out there and you're wondering whether this is worth your spend, I mean, I thought Candice's story was great. What you would get from that convention will pay off for you multiple times. Multiple times over the years.
Yeah. Even if you meet a dealer, like even if it's not, and it may not be something you expect, like you can look at the lineup, you can look at all the education, you can say, I'm going to go here, I'm going to learn all this. It may not even be that. It might be the connection you make, the networking, the dealer you meet outside of or in between the classes. Like there's opportunity there.
Awesome point. And that's where don't give up. Sometimes, try to get those inspirational. Maybe you feel, sometimes you can your energy drops and you feel like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I've dropped everything on the floor and I look dumb. All right, take a break. Go get a water. Go get something to eat, walk around the building, and get back in there, right?
Yeah.
That's right. And your ROI for attending this convention is going to be much more than what you pay for it. And as you were saying, looking for motivation as you kind of get tired in this, or the industry gets hard, or you're not finding inventory, one thing you're going to learn is all these dealers that are doing so well definitely have a story of when they were on the bottom, or when they were trying to figure things out, or when they had a hard year or 3 years and they stuck with it. And that's why they are where they are. I can only imagine some of the stories that Gus has. And what I really want to know, though, is how his wife responded when she found out there was no fence around the lion.
No, I don't think I told her. So if you see her at the convention,
it was a lot like the wire that wasn't plugged in. Didn't tell her. I'm gonna pass.
Well, speaking of motivation, I mean, we have Sugar Ray Leonard as a keynote speaker. I mean, what more motivation do you need than the chance?
That is pretty exciting. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I have a Sugar Ray Leonard bat. I don't know if you can see it. There's you can see kind of in the corner over there. There's some boxing gloves. Actually, one of those is a Sugar Ray Leonard glove.
Oh wow!
The one on the right hand side. Yeah, he was out here for a convention. Now his signature is starting to fade, so I'm gonna have to bring it and have him refresh it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Touch it up.
He did a great job. He came out. It was probably 5 or 6 years ago, and spoke at our local. We have a local trade convention here, and it has several thousand people to go to it, and he was a speaker there. He did a really good job.
Cool.
Awesome.
Well, and I know Gus had talked earlier about us coming into kind of a little bit of a difficult environment right now. Certainly, supply chain is very, very difficult. It's still very hard for our guys to find inventory and to be able to pay for the inventory if you do find it. And certainly with interest rates going up, that's going to put some pressure on our dealers. And so, the message that Sugar Ray Leonard has about overcoming adversity, I think is a message that fits really well with where our industry is at right now, which is another reason I just think it's such a great fit for us this year.
You just have to remember, this is a journey. I'm on a journey. I'm not at the finish line, and I won't be there for a while.
There you go.
I don't know what's around the next turn, but I'm staying on the track, right?
Yes.
And I'm going to
I think
NIADA.
20 groups. I think 20 groups is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And actually, Ty, that's where we have some, like car shipping roundtables we kind of work with, but that, mentorship and group environment, there's really nothing like it. And one of the things I like about 20 groups, it's in the definition, non-competing dealers.
Right.
Of a similar, right? So you don't have to worry. It's not about competition. but you've got like-minded individuals that can, well, either be there for a shoulder to cry on, or give you advice, or push you back in the ring, or spray water on your face.
It's absolutely invaluable to have a 20 group and to have dealer peers, I guess you could say, is people who can help you with your business and talk with you candidly about their business and what they may think about your business.
So let me just mention real quick. Speaking of 20 groups, we are going to have all of our 20 group moderators are going to be at the convention. They're all presenting. They're going to be moderating various panels. And we also are going to have a number of dealers out there that are in 20 groups. In the dealer lounge in the exhibit hall, you're going to have an opportunity to visit with the moderators and learn more about, what a 20 group can provide. And I always feel like, as an association, part of our responsibility is to make sure that we're focusing on the compliance and taking care of protecting the industry and even helping to educate our dealers when it comes to compliance. But to your point with the 20 group moderators, when it's peer-to-peer learning, Gus had mentioned earlier, he was talking to a dealer that's in Colorado. He picked the phone up because they happened to be in a 20 group before and said, hey, what's going on over there in Colorado? And to Gus's point, is there something that I could borrow from you, or just kind of, to Jay's point, a shoulder to cry on sometimes if that's needed. And that peer camaraderie, it's not really about going to a 20 group and saying it's a sit and get where you hear one person talking to you the whole time. If you're interested, if you're out there listening right now and you're interested in 20 groups, definitely get in touch with NIADA. We have a number of people that are kind of in a holding pattern right now that are looking to get into 20 groups, and we're growing the 20 group program. We've got a little bit of gasoline on it right now. So if you're ever thinking about getting into a 20 group, now's the time to pick the phone up and get involved.
And they've even added on a 20 group express,
right?
For others to get you going.
Like that. Good mention, Candice.
20 group express.
Yep. So the 20 group express gives you an opportunity to be a part of and attend a 20 group, but they're typically not the 2.5 to 3 day meetings that you see in the normal 20 groups. It's a little less expensive than the full-fledged 20 groups, but you still get the composites, you still get the opportunity to share and network. And then ultimately, if it's something that you feel like is right for you and you want to be in a 20 group that's a little bit more intense, like the one that Gus is in, you can do that. But the Express 20 group, more than anything, it gives you an opportunity to see if it's something that works for you in the area of education.
Yeah.
We literally are just getting a taste of what it's going to look like for 4 days in June. And so I'm at the end of my allotted time. I really appreciate all of you joining. I could say final thoughts. I don't know if I need to, but I do want to thank Kendra. Thanks for bringing up the marketing conversation. I think marketing is really important, and it gets forgotten how important it is to market your business. Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And so, does anybody have anything to add that we might have missed before I let you go?
I'll just be happy to say real quick. I mean, you're looking at 3 dealers that are part of NIADA. If you're not a part of NIADA, these are all very successful dealers. This is what we look like. This is what we sound like. I could not be more excited to represent the interests of the people that you see on this phone call today. And yeah, certainly would love to end with just saying we'd love to see you out in Las Vegas next month.
We want you to go to Vegas to NIADA Accelerate 2023. Thank you all so much, Jeff, Kendra, Candice, and Gus. Thank you so much for your time tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. I appreciate it. It was great meeting y'all.
Really nice. Thank you very much. All right, and I'm ending the meeting now. Bang, it's over. All right, cool. So, thanks for jumping in the live chat, saying hello. Hey, Wendy, what's going on? Rob and Ron and Chris and Carlos is here. We know that you know that if you watch ATI, we continue to talk about trade shows, and we're talking about NIADA for a very good reason, and that is that, one of the things, once you learn about a trade show, then you're like, what's it about? And then once you learn what it's about, and you go to a few other trade shows, and you're like, which ones should I choose to go to? I can't go to all of them. We're saying this. If you don't know which trade show to go to NIADA Accelerate 2023. We mean it, and we're trying to give reasons and understanding of what that means for you. It's in Vegas. It's in June. And we've got the sign-up link here. If you want to learn more about why, if you want to take this offline and talk to Ty or talk to me, you can do that. Here, I'm going to send that information. Call or text Ty, 417-483-2764. Email me, autotransportintel@gmail.com. We're going to keep talking about NIADA, and there's so many reasons why. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Really, Jay? End of the show. I want to thank Rapid Recon. I want to thank Ship.Cars, Auto Hauler Exchange, Superflow Systems, Ship Your Car Now, Super Dispatch, and NIADA for your participation in ATI Auto Business. If you're looking for answers, you've got questions, or if you want to share a topic, we want to try and talk and Zoom and collaborate, let me know. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Tomorrow we have Live Carrier Advice. Our monthly show with Brian Riker is back tomorrow. Special guest Tom Klein. We're going to be talking about risk and mitigation and compliance. And boy, oh boy, that is some exciting stuff. Here's the thing. This is great. You're going to want to join us tomorrow with Tom Klein. I just put the link in the live chat. Tom likes to think about what's the worst thing that could happen. What's the worst thing that could happen to destroy your business? I mean, to an elephant sitting on your truck. I mean, fire. What's on your truck? Are you hauling EVs? Maybe an EV battery explodes. What's the worst thing that could happen? Now, how do you prepare for that? What are you going to do if that happens? It's not fun. It's important. You don't want to walk around all day long thinking this stuff. But you should think it occasionally and make sure you're protected. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow on Live Carrier Advice with Brian Riker and Tom Klein. Ty's going to be on that show as well. So please do join us. Link is in the live chat. There's no excuses. And then we'll be back Thursday to learn more about the SuperPay webinar. Get registered for the SuperPay webinar. There's the link in the live chat as well. So many links and so little time. Please click away, do your homework. Join us tomorrow. We'll see you then. Thank you so much, Chris. We really appreciate that. I think we covered a lot of great information tonight and learned a lot, which actually leads to another question, which is great because it came up tonight. Expand your mind, and that's how you grow your business, and you get out of whatever rut you find yourself in. Thanks so much for joining us again on ATI Auto Business. We'll see you soon. Here comes the car hauler. Take care, everybody. Thank you.